His family has an interesting story.
Meet Minister Stretch Sanders. This local black historian, community organizer, and activist is known for his work across the valley, but it's one of his hobbies that has been keeping him busy.
That's the interesting thing about genealogy is that you never know what's in the closet.
He's learned a lot looking into his family's own history.
For the last 10 years, I've been tracing our family back, trying to find information on the one that started our family after enslavement and during enslavement.
He tells me his family's stories have been passed down through generations by word of mouth, but digging through records, he learned a lot more.
I discovered that I'm a direct descendant of the men who owned my family in enslavement.
Sanders says this man, Fred Jordan, is his fourth great-grandfather. Jordan owned a large plantation in Pachuta, Mississippi. He says Jordan had a child with a slave on the plantation. That child is Sanders' third great-grandfather, Nick Jordan.
I think the interesting story for my family is that we're direct descendants of an enslaver. And, you know, he had a black son that he gave 125 acres of land that we owned to 1990.
Sanders' family eventually moved to Chicago. Later, some moved to Las Vegas. It's here where he met his coworker, Michelle Caro.
I discovered that my coworker, Miss Michelle, she's also a genealogist. So I was intrigued and I wanted to know, well, you know, see if you relate to this man. And so when she started doing some homework, I let her know that this man is actually an enslaver, but he's also my direct ancestor. And turns out we're related.
Together, they learned that generations before Fred Jordan.
You figured he's my fourth cousin?
Sanders and Caro family trees have family ties.
My great-grandfather who connects us, no idea. They were all New Englanders as far as I knew. I had no idea.
I think it's an awesome story. I think it's one of the things that it was buried, and I'm sure Fred Jordan is probably flipping in his grave. Yeah.
Even my cousins in the South were like, oh, that is so cool. Is that how, because they all know the family history. I'm like, that is so cool. When we have reunions, is he going to come?
Sanders is planning a big family gathering in Mississippi.
We're doing a national reunion. It's this year in July with all the descendants of the woman that Fred Jordan owned. Her name is Kizzy.
It's taking place at Mount Jordan Church in Pachuta, named after the family. He says hundreds of descendants are planning to go, and Caro was even invited.
We even invited her to our reunion and other family members, so that's what it's about. It's about taking something that has an ugly, dirty past, but you clean it up with something great, which is unity.
He says on this Black History Month, he hopes his story can inspire others to learn more about their past.
I look at this as a moment of healing. You know, Martin Luther King Jr. said that one day he hopes descendants of slaves and descendants of slave masters can join together in brotherhood, and that's what this is.
Reporting in Las Vegas,